Hello everyone. This is the true story of a man who survived the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He is Tsutomu Yamaguchi. How can we survive the same incident in two cities? Let's tell the story. About 260,000 people survived the atomic bomb attacks on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was one of the few who had to endure both fears. Yamaguchi was born in Nagasaki on March 16, 1916. In the 1930s, he joined Mitsubishi Heavy Industries and worked as a draftsman of the design of oil tankers. Yamaguchi lived and worked in Nagasaki, but was in Hiroshima on a business trip for 3 months in August 6, 1945 was the last day in the city. He and his colleagues spent long hours designing a new oil tanker and were looking forward to bringing him back to his family. At 8:15 a.m., he was walking towards the docks when an American B-29 bomber dropped the ruptured nuclear bomb near the city center just 3 kilometers away. Suddenly, the sky lit up with a flash that he described. The blast ruptured my eardrums, temporarily blinded me, and left with several radiation burns on the left side of my upper body. After recovering, he crawled into the shelter and, having rested, went in search of his colleague. They too survived and spent the night in a air raid shelter before returning to Nagasaki next day. Yamaguchi arrived in Nagasaki early in the morning on August 8 and limped to the hospital. The doctor who took care of him was a former of his classmate. Neither does his family when he come home with a fever and surrendered in bondage. His mother accused him of being a ghost. When the American bomber Betskar dropped the Fat Man atomic bomb in Nagasaki on August 9, 1945 at 11 a.m., Yamaguchi explained to his superiors about this explosion. But this time, he was unharmed by the blast. However, he was unable to replace the temporary bandage and suffered from high fever and constant vomiting for over a week. The atomic bomb dropped on Nagasaki was even more powerful than the one dropped on Hiroshima. His bandage were blown off and he was hit by another wave of carcinogenic radiation, but he escaped relative and scattered. Unfortunately, for his second time in this 3-day period, he was hit by a nuclear explosion. Was within 2 miles of him from the second time he was lucky enough to survive. After escaping from the skeletons of the city, Yamaguchi rushed to bomb Nagasaki to check on his family. Seeing part of the reduced to rubble, he fearing the worst, but soon realized that both had suffered. In the days that followed, Yamaguchi's double dose on a radiation did the damage. His hair fell out. The wound on his arm became gangrenous, and he began vomiting incessantly. Yamaguchi said, "I was later sad, now happy. I was very sick with a fever, ate very little, and drank very little. I thought I would switch to the other side soon." But unlike many victims of radiation exposure, Yamaguchi recovered slowly and led a relatively normal life. During the Allied occupation of Japan, he worked as an interpreter of the occupying forces in the 1950s. He had 2 designers with his life who survived the Nagasaki atomic bombing. He then returned to design oil tankers for Mitsubishi Corporation. Yamaguchi possessed the terrifying memories of Hiroshima and Nagasaki by writing poetry, but avoiding speaking publicly about his experience until he published a paper in the 2000 and became a member of the anti-nuclear movement. He visited New York in 2008 and delivered a speech at the United Nations on nuclear disarmament. "My fate as a survivor of 2 atomic bomb attacks is to speak out." In total, about 165 people are believed to have experienced both attacks, but Yamaguchi is the only person officially recognized by the Japanese government as a Nijyuu Hibakusha, or twice bombed person. Yamaguchi lost hearing in his left ear as a result of the Hiroshima explosion. He also briefly went bald, and his daughter was bandaged all the way until she was 12 old. Nevertheless, Yamaguchi continued his healthy life. In his later years, he began suffering from radiation-related illness such as cataracts and acute leukemia. In 2009, Yamaguchi learned that he was dying of stomach cancer. He died in Nagasaki on January 4, 2010 at the age of 93. Thus, the true story inspires us to survive. May he rest in peace to heaven. His story could be relevant to all of us against the use of nuclear weapons in war. It has a negative impact to people and the planet. Thank you for watching and see you later.